You know, it might sound cheesy, but Bustin hasn't made me feel good in a long time. And unfortunately, it still doesn't. Gotcha. Nah, I'm just kidding, I like the movie. Thank God, right? I was a little nervous that I might have to come on here and say it was no good, but I lucked out for once. Ghostbusters Afterlife is good. Whew. From literally the moment the movie started, I had a big smile on my face, because the movie starts with stuff that feels like Ghostbusters. So much so that they went back and used a lot of the same sound effects, the same musical cues. It instantly felt very familiar, but in the best way possible. It took me right back to the original films. So within the first 5 minutes or so, I relaxed and decided that yeah, we're in good hands here. That's the best thing I can say about this film. It was obviously made by someone who really loves Ghostbusters and really cared about doing this right, almost to an obsessive degree. There's musical callbacks, visual callbacks, deepening the lore of the first film, and not in a well if I have to kind of a way either. It actually makes a certain thing about the original movies make more sense in hindsight. So even though the movie is not perfect, I felt very forgiving of the weaker aspects of it because you can tell Jason Reitman had his heart in the right place here. In fact, heart is a good word to describe it. Because Harold Ramis isn't with us anymore, they made the movie a tribute to him in a lot of ways, which made for some surprisingly heartfelt and poignant moments. There's a shot in the climax, you'll know it when you see it, that really got to me. I mean, damn, I actually teared up a little bit at this part, it was so well done. And the shift in tone really allows for more emotional beats like that. That is a double-edged sword though, because even though it's following up on the original films, it does feel different. There's noticeably less comedy, it actually leans more toward drama a lot of the time, and I was hoping for a comedy in the same style as Ghostbusters 1 and 2, but I know that was probably not realistic. Replicating the tone of those movies was going to be nearly impossible. Movies have changed, the world has changed, and since Harold Ramis is gone, they're kind of forced to address the fact that Egon is not there anymore. So there's fewer laughs. There are parts that are a little bit sad, but they still find ways to have fun with it. And no spoilers, but it is a movie about ghosts, so there are ways to kind of cheat that situation, which they take advantage of and are quite cool. And it's very clear that Jason Reitman thought so too. I could feel him just geeking out about the sandbox he was getting to play in. All the Ghostbusters mythology and equipment is treated with so much reverence. It's almost too much reverence, because every bit from the original movies gets its own holy crap, it's that thing scene for fans, and also I suspect Reitman, to fanboy over. Holy crap, it's Ecto-1! Holy crap, it's the ghost trap! Holy crap, it's the proton pack! Holy crap, it's the line! He said the line! Even things that didn't really need stuff like that get them. It actually verges on becoming excessive. After a while, I was like, okay, it's a Ghostbusters movie. Message received. I appreciate the effort, but a little bit of reverence goes a long way. And that kind of leads me into one of my nitpicks, because it seemed like the movie was so busy with proclaiming its love for the franchise that it was a little bit afraid to try anything new. The plot is very reminiscent of Ghostbusters 1. They pick up on a lot of those ideas and tell sort of an epilogue to that story, and they're not recycling it, they do add new elements to it, which I liked, but it's very much a what if so-and-so wasn't finished off after all kind of a thing. But if you like the story in the first movie, I think you'll like it here too, when they get to it. That does take a little while though. The movie is kind of unnecessarily long, and does have a slow pace in setting things up. Part of that is because they're introducing the new characters, and Reitman seemed to want to give all of them something to do and flesh them out a little bit, and that's admirable, but it doesn't feel needed in every case. Like, the main character is this girl named Phoebe. Not much of a spoiler to say who she's related to. Most of the focus is on her, and she's great. Terrific casting there, so that works. And her plot line is the best because it's the one that's most entrenched in the lore and getting to the bottom of all the weird stuff that's going on. That's what we care about. She also gets to share scenes with Paul Rudd, which certainly doesn't hurt. But then there's the brother and his thing with a girl in town that he likes. There's this kid with a podcast. There's the mom who's in the dark for a lot of the movie, but still gets more screen time than you'd think. And none of that is bad, it's just not as interesting. I mean, the stuff with the brother and the girl was like, did we really need all this? you could shave a couple minutes off here, Jason Reitman. I don't think anyone would mind. So the movie does take its time in getting to the stuff that we're here for, but once that stuff shows up, it's a lot of fun. They add a few new twists on some old ideas, and something I really appreciated, the writers obviously watched Ghostbusters 1 very closely and took notes, because there are moments here where they deliver the punchline to jokes that were teed up in that film back in 1984. This is stuff that just wouldn't happen if the movie hadn't been made with a lot of love and care. And speaking as a fan, that's really all I'm asking for. I don't expect the movie to be perfect, but as long as you respect the fans, respect the franchise and where it came from, and take a shot at this that comes from a genuine place, I'm not gonna have too many complaints. That's why I just don't want to nitpick this movie that much, because it felt genuine, it felt sincere. It's no secret that the old gang gets back together, and when they did, I was just grinning ear to ear. When Venkman was trash-talking a ghost, I thought, yeah, that's so Venkman. When Winston reacted to something I won't spoil, it was great. It felt like a classic Winston moment. It was just a really genuine feel-good sequence where I got to see my old friends again doing what they do best in a story that pays them the respect they deserve. And if the movie could deliver something like that, it's in pretty good shape. And BT Dubs, stay till the end of the credits. There's several stingers in there you're not gonna want to miss. So even though Ghostbusters Afterlife is a little bit flawed, even though there are some things about it I would change or would have done differently, I clapped when it was over. If you're like me and you love Ghostbusters 1 and 2, damn it, I think you'll be pretty happy with this. You may not love it as much as the originals, it may not have the same delicious cocktail they did, but if you're a Ghostbusters fan, you're gonna walk out of that theater feeling good about what you just watched. Well done, Jason Reitman. You did your dad proud. If this is the future of the Ghostbusters franchise, then it's a future I'm looking forward to. And a couple years ago, I couldn't say that. But what did you guys think of the movie? Sound off in the comments, ding the bell icon, and follow my social media to always be notified when I upload new stuff. There's also a live streaming channel. Links to everything are down below. And don't forget to hit that thumbs up, share, subscribe, and make sure you're still subscribed, because what really deserves to be turned into a massive demon dog to facilitate the arrival of a malevolent god hell-bent on destroying the world with giant marshmallow men is the YouTube algorithm. Thanks so much for watching. That's all for now, but I'll be back with more soon. So stay tuned for that, do all the YouTube things, and I'll see you next time.